presents to you Honest Talk.
Mr. Dhruvam Thakur, founder Smart Taxi, is going to join us for today's talk. Dhruvam is an engineer turned entrepreneur who started the Smart Taxi in 2016 with one cab in Ahmedabad which he was driving by himself, and today the Smart Taxi has presence in 25 cities across the country with more than 600 plus cabs and serving well-known corporate houses and hundreds of individuals. Dhruvam strongly believes in fulfilling the commitment, and customer delight always remains the highest priority for him. This even reflects in every action he takes and every decision he makes. His ability to keep patience in toughest time has helped him and company in surviving some of the hardest time. His adaptiveness to change and ready to try spirit has given car rental industry many first of its kind features and services. The Smart Taxi is a cab offering hospitality like airways and features like well-starred hotel. The best maintained cabs driven by extremely courteous professionals and offering state-of-the-art in-cabin features differentiate and set the Smart Taxi a class apart from different players available in market. The core focus for the Smart Taxi is always remains on providing professional, zero-compromised and ultimate car rental experience. From giant multinational corporations to small enterprises, from foreign tourists to domestic travelers, the Smart Taxi have them all in its clientele. So, let's begin our talk with Mr. Dhruvam Thakur.
So first of all, thank you so much for joining and agreeing to share your thoughts with us. We are extremely very happy to have you for today's talk.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much, sir. So moving to the topic of today's session, which we have chosen, is importance of brand positioning for a startup. Sir, as you belong to this field, and as we all know that you are one of the successful entrepreneur of our country. So my first question, which I would like to put it here, is how brand positioning is critical for a sustained growth for any startup.
Brand positioning is basically, it plays a very important role in terms of a sustainability of a startup. A brand positioning can be done in way. Okay, there are few companies, those who have products and services available, those who are targeting to mass audience. That is the first positioning. Second company, there are few companies and startups, those who position into a class audience category where there are minimum number of people, those who are availing or buying their product, and it is purely related to experience or like a status quo or something like purely experience and margin gains. Thirdly, there is something where which is more related to where there are few companies who are involved, or those who are associated or introduce the products in both the categories. That is few for the class audience, few for the mass audience as well. So there are three categories based on which companies can play or startup can play. Now all three have their pros and cons. If I talk about number one, that is the mass audience targeting. That is purely related to volumes, where margins you have to keep yourself very low. Here people will prefer to opt more for the discount, and those who are opting better in terms of price, people will go with that. Second category, it is like a mix and match of both. Whatever the strategies or whatever the positioning, there are few products you have in mass, there are few products you have in a class. So both works in a different way. And finally, the class audience, where there is a minimum number, or where there are it is purely a margin game where you can play around with more margins, because there will be exclusivity associated with your product and people will love to use that. And this category will actually build a real loyalty for the customers, because people, those who are opting for this, they will not see much discount into it, because the service or the value what you are getting or out of your service or product, that will be more important for the customers. So these are the three categorical ways, and all three have their own pros and cons, and depend upon your suitability in terms of finance and your long-term vision, you can define any one positioning. If considering the Smart Taxi, we actually target to the third segment, which we are targeting to a class audience, and we are very specific, because of which we are able to focus personalized things on each and everything what we do. Yes, Harsh, over to you.
All right, sir. It was really a wonderful answer, and I think those who are watching this session, it will be much fruitful for them also. So, sir, moving to my next question, when I was searching the question for this session, the one question which I got in all the platform and common in all, sir, I think that I should include this question here because you joined us today. The question is, sir, what do you believe? What is more important, having a killer product or a good marketing?
Okay, on my personal opinion, I always would like to go with a product which is a strong enough, and the service, because that is what will gain more customer confidence, and it is the forefront for you, or maybe a face for you. So whenever you are developing a product or a service, you have to make sure that you focus maximum onto it. Marketing, of course, it has to come to abide to the product, but in a longer run, if your product is or services are strong, because marketing will help to people to reach to your product, but ultimately the performance will provide either by product or a service. So you have to make sure that your product or service is strong enough in solving a real life problem for the customer, or maybe useful, or they have to feel value out of it. It should be worth of pricing. So if this plays well, I'm sure the product will actually gain and do a marketing activity for without spending much, because whenever the customer use your product or service, they will become your brand ambassador. They will start referring you, and word of mouth is the one which actually helps a lot, specifically for the startups in the initial days. Yes, Harsh.
All right, sir. So, my next question to you, sir: what do you believe if there is any startup, then how they have to focus on their effective marketing strategy? What should be there?
Effective marketing strategy for any startups, the best plan or the best thing what is working right now, or maybe it will be helpful, because see, when you start something, either you are starting on your own fund, or you are opting from someone else's fund, maybe angel funding, venture capital. There are multiple ways to do that. Okay, the core focus should be on solving a real life problem for the customers. That is the first one. Now whatever the marketing strategies, both there are multiple ways to do that: opting for social medias, digital brandings, advertisement, hoardings, newspapers, printing, multiple ways of doing that. So according to, as a startup, it is very important that which model is more feasible for you in terms of cost, in terms of expenses. You need to opt for that. As the smart taxi, we always follow the strategy where we deliver 100% of our efforts. When we deliver the services to the customers, they become the brand ambassador for our company, and finally they turn they actually refer us to so many people, and we get maximum business out of it, which actually helps us minimizing our expenses to a great extent. And that is working even in past, that has worked even in present, and will work for future as well for the smart taxi. Yes, Shash.
All right, sir. Sir, as we nowadays seen that our life is much influenced by all social media platforms. So, sir, what do you believe? Which is better, digital marketing or the social media marketing? Means the traditional way of marketing, or the which is right now social media marketing?
Generally, people, especially during this lockdown, people have maximum potentials of social media. You can see that whichever things are available on social media, that has actually gained more attention now, because they were not able to move outside, so it was the only platform which was available. Secondly it was TV. So generally social media is actually a very effective platform if you utilize it very well. Now here there are two types of strategies works in social media. One is like a organic growth. Second one is a paid growth. So paid growth, definitely you will gain followers faster, you will gain reach faster, because you are definitely paying, and they will in turn will give you more reach or more visibility. But when it comes to a long-term game, it is always preferred to opt for organic marketing, organic ways of growing. When the lockdown announced, we have actually not fired, or we have not actually removed any of our employees, or not have applied any of the pay cuts in our company. But what we have additionally decided is that whatever outsourcing marketing we were doing earlier, that we have decided to do it on our own. From past 2 months, we are continuously doing our producing content which is completely built in-house. You take any banners available on our company page, you take any videos played on our company page, everything is framed and visualized and designed completely in-house. So that is how we have decided to use maximum potential to reduce this. This is the best strategy to help for a startup on a longer term, because people, those who are connected organically, they are actually driven by your content and actually like your product. That is the reason they are following you on your page, and surely it will ultimately convert into business one or the other day. Yes, Harsh.
All right, sir. One question which is I would like to put it here is, sir, what do you believe how to create a strong brand positioning in the market if you are new?
Strong brand positioning can be created by considering or by doing a market survey. So first you have to see that what and all companies, whatever products or services you are offering, who else are offering the same product or services. Second step, you have to define that what is your customer which is expecting out of it. And thirdly, you have to see that where your competition is lagging, because that is their weakness can be your strength, and If you incorporate that in your business model, it will be easy for you to penetrate in the market. Rest everything like price, strategies, all can be defined on a correct letter. But if you will position exactly where they are weak and you are strong, and if you identify your USP, and if you put or pitch in front of customers with your USPs what you hold, I'm sure it is not difficult. Despite n number of competitions you have in the market available, you will still be able to establish your brand very well. Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Sir, what do you believe? What kind of relationship do brand have with their customers?
It is very important, because from childhood we all have been trained in a way that we have to maintain a relationship with each and everyone, those who are connected with us or associated with us. It also played a very important role when it comes to relationship with customers, because the more personalized touch, the more connected you are with the customers, it will help you in two ways. Number one, it will flow more references, because as soon as customers they use your services and you are connected with them constantly, you are engaging with them constantly, it will increase the brand recall value. Okay, so that is as and when they come across any of such solution or a problem exist in a society, maybe in their friend circles or in their relatives, they will immediately recall your brand and represent and act as a representative for your brand for them. So that is the one. So that also against a relation. Secondly, that as in this relationship, it also carries your values for the longer term, because it will keep customer more engaged with you, and rather than following anything else, they will straight away follow your services or your values what you're offering to them. So that is how in both the ways, whether it is like a referral or whether it is like a long-term game in getting more business or flowing more or new customers to you, it will help a lot. And specifically what we do here in the Smart Taxi ad, like whenever we never miss someone wishing on their birthdays, because that is where we actually straightforward, we connect to their personal touch, and we represent and we offer or we wish on their birthdays. So that is where one point where we never miss, and that has actually helped us a lot in winning in terms of customer confidence as well as new business. Yes, sir.
It's really great to listen, sir, from you. Sir, my next question to you is that what do you believe, how do brand influence consumers?
Influence of brand, it actually depends on what type of consumer they think or what kind of a need they are. So if suppose specific to say, someone they have their own cars or multiple, or maybe have their 3, 4 or 2 cars available with them, they would rather going with a taxi, they will always prefer to carry their cars along with them whenever they drive. So it is purely depend on the time and the need of the customer, that how brand influence. But yes, you on a brand side, whenever you have to influence somebody, you have to influence with your USPs, with your qualities and with your process, rather than influencing them more with the discounts or with freebies what you are offering. So that is what I strongly believe, and that is what we follow till now. So if you continue doing that, I'm sure the influence will be much more higher, and users will like to use your products or services more. Yes, sir.
It was again, sir, a very wonderful answer from your side. Sir, my next question to you related to entrepreneurship. Sir, some people believe that let's work for some years for in corporate world and gain some experience, then start our own venture. And in other case, we have seen a college student starts usually. So, sir, what do you believe which is better?
See, generally, for entrepreneurship, it has no time frame when you can start. We have seen examples where there are very 17, 16 and 15 years students, they have started some, and it actually created wonders. Okay, there are examples set in the society where people have started a business after 60s, and they also become a billionaire right now, and they are running a very successful companies right now. So there is no such time frame. The main important part for you as an entrepreneur is the time and passion. Whenever you have a passion, or whenever you feel that yes, this is a moment where I have to actually jump, but before that you have to make sure that you are going to come across so many resistance in your life, so many ups and downs will come up. You have to prepare your mind for that, and whenever you feel that yes, you are completely prepared, and whatever may be the condition, but still you will able to survive and continue, that is the right time for you to fulfill your passion and come up with any enterprise whatever you have in your mind. Yes, sir.
All right, sir. So as these days we are seeing that it's a challenging time for all of us, and the pandemic is still on. So, sir, what do you believe as this time people are losing jobs, and also it has affected the placement? So, do you believe it will lead to the made people to inspire go into the entrepreneurship?
See, majorly, generally, it purely depends upon the mindset and the time. Yes, time right now is coming, is passing. We are all passing from very tough time. I'm seeing a lot of news, where companies are actually, removing their employees. Companies, those who have offered placements, they are actually withdrawing their offers. So generally, but as per whenever as an entrepreneur, I always personally believe that whenever whatever we commit, we own to our commitment. It is just a matter of a time for someone, maybe for 3 months or 6 months to the max, or maybe for 1 year. After that, things will become regularized, and it is always a characteristic of a time that it never remains constant. It always changes. So in future, time also will change. Things will bounce back, and this change has actually helped many of the people to come out from their comfort zone and decide that whether really the job is going to help them for a longer term, or people they have to start something on their own. So there are many people, they have jumped from their job tenures and they started thinking on enterprise or establishing some business or onto their own. And I'm sure this change will also continue gaining momentum by the way the government is actually framing the policies and things are coming up. Yes, sir.
All right, sir. As we are talking about entrepreneurship, sir, do you believe means this COVID-19 will be a big opportunity for the entrepreneurs?
Definitely. See, always when there is when there is something which is hits hard, there is a big learning hidden behind it. Okay, so one as an entrepreneur, you always have to be optimistic. You have to see the opportunities lies in the market rather than considering only on the business part. So COVID has also brought many opportunities for many businesses. They have to frame entire their structure into a different way in a very faster period of time. And I'm really happy that I'm a part of an organization where we have actually came across multiple changes during this pandemic time, because we are currently a company which focus mainly on B2B as a sale, where we have to frame our entire strategies for B2C, and we started focusing into that market. That also within 5 days we were ready to frame all our strategies and introduce ourselves more into a B2B market. So earlier, before COVID, if I take, we were around 90% business from B2B and 10% business from B2C. As on date, we are standing around 30% business from B2C and 70% in B2B. So this is how things will opportunities will come, because we realize that business people won't travel much during this time because of the policies which is laid down by corporate companies and guidelines. It is the individual which is in a need of more traveling, because they are stranded at multiple places and they wanted to go back home. So we have framed up the policies, we have introduced the guidelines, and that is how we are helping people to serving more in B2C as well. So changing with the time is the formula, and those who will accept it will definitely change in whatever may be the scenario it is. Yes, sir.
Again, sir, it was really a very wonderful and wise advice from your side, sir. I don't want to waste your much time, so moving to my last question of this session, which is, sir, what do you believe? What is the importance of employee performance in any business?
It is the most important part according to me, that whatever the people those who are working for me, it is very important for them to understand your vision, number one. So if it is always, we have always found that there are multiple, because every human has a different mindset, and they come from a different background, they carry different culture. So it is always, as a leader, you need to ensure that those who are joining your team, they have to see the same vision what you are seeing. They have to abide to the culture, and they have to add values to it. Secondly, you as a leader, you have to see that you are providing a proper atmosphere or environment for the people, so that they feel safe, secure, and they actually bring up with certain innovations which can add values to your business. So resources always played an important part, and I am the person who strongly believe that we have to utilize it in a maximum potential, as well as we also have to consider them with a great importance, so that it will be important resource for your company in a longer term too. Yes, Harsh.
Again, sir, it was really a very wonderful advice, as well as, sir, I think it will be much fruitful for our viewers, those who are watching this session. Thank you so much, sir, for giving your important time. It was really a great session with you. I myself learned so much from you. Thank you so much, sir, for joining.
Thank you, Harsh. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.